it was definitely all worth it. Please, when you guys look at my video, pay attention to the video. And a lot of it was stressful because the Lord started speaking to me, and it was just like, I wanted to sit down and basically kind of talk to you all and give you all a gist of what's been going on in my life, in my household thus far. A lot of the reasons why I have been a little stressed out, not myself, looking crazy, you know, because so much has been going on, but it was all worth it. It was definitely all worth it. You all, we closed on a house. Oh my goodness, yes, we closed on the house. We actually closed on our house the 17th of January. So you guys know the past couple months I've been telling y'all I've been going through, okay? And if you have ever bought a house or in the process of buying a house, it can be a bit overwhelming and a bit stressful, to say the least, okay? It's, oh my goodness, although I am thankful for everything and truly grateful that, for one, we don't have to move. I know someone asked me, so are you moving? Please, when you guys look at my video, pay attention to the video, because I really already answered that question. You guys are not looking at the videos, and I would advise you to look at the videos and look at the video entirely, because I answer a lot of you guys questions that you already asked or are you're asking. So yes, we closed on the house January the 17th, and it's been a roller coaster, because like I said, when you buy a house, it's ups and downs. They want everything. They pulling blood from you. You got to give all this information. It's back and forth constantly, 24/7. They do not stop. I mean, we got calls on Sunday, we got calls on holidays, and a lot of it was stressful because we was purchasing a house during the holiday season, which a lot of people don't do. You know, houses don't be on the market during the holiday season because it's like you're already dealing with enough when you're dealing with Christmas and things like that. But I can't be grateful enough, because it was all God's grace and God's mercy that we were able to still go through everything through the holiday season, and the little one didn't miss out. She still had a great Christmas. And to me, when it comes to Christmas, it's all about the kids. You guys know, back in, I want to say May, like beginning of June, we got a call from the homeowner, and the one thing is that we closed on the house that we are living in. Yes. So no, we're not moving. We'll be able to stay in the house that we are living in. And I'm gonna give you guys some suggestions, not suggestions, but how we did things. You guys know, back in like June, end of May, I told you all that we'll be homeless because I got notified by the owner that he was selling the house. And I knew our lease would have been up in August, so I had like 3 months to find a place to stay. Plus August is a time where the kids go back to school here for us here in Arizona. So I was literally like pulling my hair out, okay? Like I was stressful to the max, because everything I do, I kind of plan around Halo, because I do not want to disturb her too much, because she doesn't take well with change. It's hard for her. She goes through this process to, you know, things, she might have a little bit of anxiety and things like that. So, but once I found out we were looking for a house, we looked at new development, which I knew that we already qualified for a home, and we would be able to buy a home because we was looking the year prior. So as planned, you know what I mean? So we still just stayed here, and I knew they was doing some new development, which that's not far from me, and I looked at those. We got approved for those as well, but something was kept telling me to hold off. And then that's when I knew that the owner was going to sell the house. So I knew we already qualified for a new development home. But when I went and looked in it, and I went and looked in the house twice, I didn't get a overwhelming factor. Some things played a part. I looked at it like, okay, a brand new home. Yes, I'll be in my brand new home. Nobody's been in there, and da da da. You know, it's all me, my stank, my everything. Nobody else but mine. You know, that's how I looked at it. But when the Lord started speaking to me, and it was just like, this ain't for you. When I went in there, I didn't feel as if this was my home. I didn't feel that way at all. So I kind of just held off. Some was just telling me to wait. But once again, I knew the owner was selling this house. But then when I knew he was selling this house, okay, push comes to shove, we'll just go get in there. Because I even went back and was like, okay, how quick can we move in? You know, they was like, oh, well, you can move in within 30 days. You know, that's how the new development was telling us. But the house, although it's a new home, but everything was standard. Nothing, really, they gave me that wow factor. And if you wanted to do upgrades, it would have cost a whole lot more money. And money that we didn't have, we really didn't prepare quite within the few months that we had. So I had to look at all of that. But when the owner told us he was selling this house, it was like, okay. He was like, he basically told us that he came to me. He was like, Ebony, if you guys are looking into buying a home again, him and his wife would love to sell to us, because he was like, I love the way you take care of my house. You don't call me for minor stuff, and you only call me for major stuff, but every time I come here, it's well taken care of. It's always nice, it's always clean, the front and the back. I said, well, yeah, you know, I treat it like it's my own, you know, and if it's something I can't do, of course I'm going to call you. And we also dealt with like a third party, to where when we found this house, we dealt with an agency, and that became a problem. So when all was said and done, our lease was up. Me and the owner, we already had discussed it, that he did want to sell to us. He had somebody come in and look at it, but he didn't read his contract, because he had the contract with the agency a while, so he didn't remember what was on it, granted. But what we ran into far as a problem that took us a long process is that under his contract, it stated that if he ever was to sell to the home, that they would have to represent him. And if he was to sell to the renters, that they will also have to represent us. Neither parties wanted that. I already had my realtor, he already had his, so the owner was kind of like in an uproar. That was our first thing we ran into. Our second issue we ran into is that when he said okay to everything and the fees that he would have to pay, the agency didn't want to represent us, because we had already communicated about him selling. They felt like it was a confidential break in the confidentiality, you know. They felt like it wouldn't be right or something, the way they worded it or whatever. So they didn't want to represent us, so they gave the owner the runaround. Okay, but all I knew was that my lease was up, so I was just pretty much here living from month to month, and push come to shove, I will pack my shit and leave. One thing I can say I can give to my mother taught me how to pack a house within hours and be out as spotless and clean, like you moved in that motherfucker and you gone, okay, when push come to shove. So I can give my mama that, because I was like, okay, I'm ready. I have my boxes still outside. Let me go order some boxes offline, pick them up, start packing up shit while this little one is in school, and we're gonna be out of here less than 24 hours. That's how I was. So we ran into that issue, and they was giving the owner oh my goodness, like the runaround, and it was stressing us out because the owner was gung-ho. I want these people to have my house. They already got qualified for it. I want them to have my home. But they didn't want to represent us because we had already talked. So he had to go to corporate. That's how bad it went. It went to corporate. He had to do all of this stuff, and they finally said, okay, we'll represent both of you guys. He had somebody on their end, and we had somebody on our end. Needless to say, everything did work out. We still had a little bit of bumps in the road, but it took a process. And once we got the process rolling, everything went smoothly. But what the agency wanted to do was keep everything in-house. From what I'm seeing, they represent the buyer, they represent the seller. They wanted to bring in the appraisals, the inspection, everything for your loan, people they wanted all that. But one thing I was not going to go for was for them to tell us who we gonna pay the money to, the lender. Okay, because I already had all of that done prior to, like, months, but I never told the owner and I never told the agency. Okay? And I would have had the realtor that I had looking for us another place to stay, because she already said if things don't fall through, we'll go from here. Absolutely, because I liked how they worked. But we end up working with the agency and everything, and we was able to buy the home that we've been renting. We already established where we live, so we know our neighbors. Our neighbors know us. I kind of know who's go where, who lives where. We know the neighborhood. The second thing is that Halo is able to stay in her school, and that was another big thing. I was really like, okay, if we move, we have to change our school again. Get used to the neighborhood, you know, who you living next to. And that's the thing. And we get to stay in the area that we already know. And plus the area that we are in, it's pretty good. They always have different activities and things that's going on. They building up things, so the property value of the house is going up. They constantly building new developments, new homes, and I noticed that they are redoing a lot of stuff in the area. Another thing I want to tell you guys, that when you are purchasing a home, number one, an app that I have, that's the one thing I like that we're still here, because I have the app and it's called, but I have this app and it notifies me anything that's going on in my neighborhood. And that's another thing, when we was looking out of this neighborhood and other neighborhoods, surrounding neighborhoods, they had more crime going on, a lot of break-ins, and things like that within new developments. So I knew it was like, crunching, because it's like, oh, this is a nice house. But when I would go onto the app, I would see all of these. The school rates were down. That's another thing you need to, if you have children, look at the school ratings, okay? If you plan on being there for a while, these are things, and you have a family home, these are things you need to look out for. Crime rate, the school rates, the development, and everything within that area. It will take you a long way to make you feel more comfortable in your home, wanting to stay here. And I just felt like the Lord was like, this is where you guys are going to be. Like I said, when we went to go look at the new development, it didn't excite me other than it's a new development. But to add upgrades and how I want to, it would have cost a lot more money. You know what I mean? Home buyer programs and making sure your rates is fixed. I want to say that was the biggest mistake I made in my first house, you guys, was not making sure my rates were fixed. So when we got that balloon payment and it hit us and we paid it, we were struggling. Not struggling to where we couldn't make the payments. We could make the payments and still live comfortably, but I just didn't feel right paying that much for the house. So those are things that we looked at the second time around as well, and was hold on, okay, this is what we want, this is what we need, and this is what we're asking for. If not, we're not going to do. And my thing is, if I had to rent again for a whole nother year, then I'll just stack that money up and rent again for a whole nother year. And also saving money. Now, I get questions, how do you save, how do you budget? Everybody's household is different. I can't tell you how to save. Okay, I just can't. I don't know how people do it, but they seem to do it. And if it works out for you, okay. But I can't tell you how to work your household. Okay. I'm not sitting down there with your finances, what you like, what you want to spend, what you want to splurge on. So it's hard for me to give that type of advice, but just go find out, get all the information you need, and just start saving on whatever you can save and put towards your goals. This is one of the things that I wanted to tell you guys, that we did purchase the home that we are living in. I couldn't be more happy. I'm already comfortable here. You guys gonna see some changes because I'm gonna be painting like those red walls. Like I didn't want to do anything to the house to mess with my deposit. I want all my money back. You hear me? So that's why those stayed that way. But those are the things I'm going to be changing. Now I'm on the journey of making this home my home. So I can't wait to share with you guys what I have all in detail. So when you see something different, you'll be like, wait a minute. Have you been missing me for a month or whatever? You come back, be like, wait, something different. So, but yes, but I thank my Father, because it wasn't nobody but God's grace and his mercy that he spared upon us to be able to not have to move. And I thank God for the previous owner, because he was a nice man. We got a new AC. I don't have to worry about that. You know, ACs in here in Arizona, when you buy a home, those are major things you have to worry about. Hot water heater, all of that's brand new. So whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it'd be covered under warranty, because the time wouldn't be up for that. So yeah, I'm elated. I'm happy. I'm excited about the journey. And like I said, that's why your girl been stressing out. Now I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna continue stressing out, because I still got some old bumps and hurdles to go, but that was a big part of my stress and worrying, talking about sleepless nights in the middle of the night, waking up 4 days in the morning, something on your mind about the house, or getting these papers, I gotta go run here, go to run there, getting them in on time. Like it can be a little bit stressful. So when you're buying a home, just buckle up and be prepared for the ride. Okay. Know what it is that you want. Know what it is that you're looking for. Don't let nobody push you into something that you don't feel comfortable with. Make sure you're doing it, because once again, you have to live there. And I just want to be able to stress that to people. Don't look at it, oh, it's my house, it's a big house, or it's a small house. If it feels good to you, as soon as you open that door and you walk through, and if it feels like home, then you go for it, and you ask God for it, and you pray over it, and he will let you know. Because like I said, I went through a new development, but I didn't feel like it was for me. I didn't feel like it was for me. Could we afford it? Absolutely. Did we get approved for it? Absolutely. We had the paperwork and everything in hand, and they was like, we ready. You won't have to do this. I mean, the incentives of everything was sounding great, but I know it'll be some loophole once you get down to the final paperwork. So in here, all in all, it was like a little bit smooth sailing, a little bit more easier. You know what I'm saying? We know where we've been living here for 3.5 years, so we know the area. We know the area, we know the home, and we're content where we at. So yes, you all, that is it. That's the exciting news that I wanted to share with you all, and I just can't wait to take you all on this journey with us. I mean, y'all guys been going on a journey with us, but you know, just still to see us still in one state of mind. And that was the biggest thing. I didn't want to move Halo too much. I don't want to move her too much. I don't like moving a lot. That's never been me. So I plan on being here for a long time. Okay, I don't plan on moving no time soon. So yes, you guys, that's the big exciting news. I mean, it's a good one, but we're just still on this journey of, once again, raising Halo, and then the house that she really knows, you know, because this is all that she knows. When we moved here, she was what, 2? Yeah, 1.5, 2 or something like that. So this is all she really knows as her home. So I want this to continue being her home. So yeah, y'all. But I love you guys all, and pray for me as I pray for each and every single last one of you. And once again, before you do anything, pray first. Ask God to order your steps in anything you do. And another advice I would like to give, and like I said, it may work for me, it may work for you, I don't know. But when you're going through something, keep it to yourself until God say, okay, my child, now it's time to tell the world what I did for you. You know how good your father is, because they not good, baby. You know, so that's just me, y'all. That's me and how I operate, because you got to be careful how when you tell people things. Not everybody is here for you. Okay, not everybody is here for you, and they be willing to throw a wrench in your stuff. So let God take you through a process. This is the best advice I can give people. Let God take you through that process, because it was some things that I needed to see, needed to adhere. Like I said, like the new development, it wasn't for me. That's for somebody else. But Ebony, that's not for you. That's Susan's house. That's not your house. That's not what I have for you. That's not where I want you to be. And then when you try to alter God's plans, everything go haywire. You wonder like, well, Lord, you gave me this house. What's going on? Because you didn't let him order your steps. You want to do it all on your own. So when he has something other for you, other things for you, you got to listen to it. So that's my testimony. That's my journey. I love you guys. Oh, and y'all gonna be seeing me just being even more busted and disgusted, because I got some things I gotta do. Okay, I need my father and my grandfather's hands to come down up on me, because they were they build on houses and put these little hands together. Okay. But yes, y'all, God is good. God is good. Trust and believe him. If you don't believe him, try him. Try him. He will never let you down. He will never let you down. Love y'all, and I'm gonna end this video. Yeah, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.